Good morning. Here is a summary of Sanibel's emergency meeting that was held on June 14th, 2023. The 2-hour meeting discussed the Lee County potential ordinance change on the density and height restrictions for Captiva Island. The mayor mentioned that he did invite the Lee County city manager to attend the meeting to go over the ordinance with the Sanibel City Council and community. Roger DeSarly agreed to attend, but then he canceled 2 days before the meeting. The city council's members started the meeting with their thoughts on the issue. I liked Dr. Scott Crater's comments the most. He mentioned the Timbers Group did not buy everything that exists beyond the gate, just a fraction of it. The rest is owned by condo associations and SCCF. Timbers is exerting influence over the whole property when they only own a fraction of it. Quoting Dr. Crater, "I want them to succeed. I want them to be successful, but I don't think they need any of these changes to be successful." End quote. I agree with that line perfectly. He also points out that we only hear from their lawyers, not the actual owners. To me, that is Timbers not doing a very good job of building a community within Sanibel and Captiva. The first speaker from public comment was David Mintz, Vice President of the Captiva Community Panel. He summarized the 3 main issues perfectly. Just to highlight, the ordinance would change height requirements, density requirements, and exemptions for South Seas, which would allow South Seas to build higher buildings and more buildings per acre. A new point I learned is that Lee County is saying that Captiva's code does not incorporate base flood elevation, which is a false statement. The Captiva code does include 28 feet above base flood elevation. Technically, some houses might be taller than others, depending on their base flood elevation, which is outlined in Captiva's code. In 2012, the CCP amended the code to include the base flood elevation. Public comment. Another public commenter was Ken Sorez. He is the South Seas condo owners representative. At this point of the week, he has lost his voice. I'm not surprised. He has been talking about this issue with everyone and anyone who will listen. He made a comment reminding everyone that Timbers is not the only owner of South Seas Resort. The other 2 entities are the Ronto Group, a development company out of Naples, and Relock Capital. The owner of Twin Waters Resort also spoke. He pointed out that the lack of transparency by South Seas and Lee County is very fishy. Changing the density would be extremely bad for the island, which we all agree. There was more public comments, a lot of great comments. No one who spoke at the meeting actually agreed with the ordinance change. It seems like everyone who wants the ordinance change is hiding behind their lawyers. The board voted unanimously to write a letter to the Lee County Commissioners stressing that they do not support this new ordinance and it needs to be voted down on June 20th. Thanks for listening.